Hi guys, it is Tamara. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome back. Today I just want to give you a technique that you can actually use with someone who is struggling with delusions. You can also use this activity for yourself to kind of help you conceptualize some things that may be going on in your world, to kind of help separate your thoughts and to help you see how your behaviors and your beliefs influence the consequences in your life. So it's known as either, you can consider it almost like a behavioral activation technique, or you can consider it behavior modification. So I'm going to teach you this activity and this technique today. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For all of you who are subscribed and participating, thank you so much. I was tongue-tied there for a second. And for those of you who are new, I encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stick around with us and be a part of our growing and validating community. We do a lot of topics on this channel, and I think coming in 2021, I'm going to be expanding my YouTube channel to include people that I'm going to be interviewing. So stick around for that. I just recently got some pretty interesting news and comments from people, and I think that expansion on this channel is overdue. So we're going to be getting into some fun things in 2021, so stick around. The benefits for you in today's videos, I'm going to highlight an activity that you can actually use with individuals who have delusions, or you can use it on yourself if you just need to categorize and organize some things. So there's an interesting part of who we are as human beings that gets in the way. You know, we kind of are stuck in our ways sometimes. We're kind of temperamental sometimes, and we don't know how to adjust and be flexible and be fluid and porous. You know, we have a way that we kind of, you know, stay stuck in our ways and sometimes stuck in our thoughts, and that can truly impact us in a negative way. So it's really helpful when we have individuals in our lives, whether that's a family member, a friend, a colleague, or a therapist, who can say, hey, look, I think we need to look at this situation from this angle or this angle. There's an alternative view. There's a different way to look at it, you know, than the way that you're used to looking at it. Or, you know what, this may actually be this way and not that way. It's good to have people in our world that can do that for us, you know? So this activity kind of stretches us outside of our comfort zone and makes us accountable and responsible for considering things from various perspectives before we conclude our thoughts or our beliefs incorrectly. So let's go ahead. I'm going to teach you what this tool is. For individuals who have delusional beliefs or psychotic beliefs or hallucinations, it's really important for them to use this model, because what it does is it organizes everything. It organizes the trigger to their beliefs and their behaviors. It gives them a view, a visual view of their behavior and their beliefs and the consequences. They get a chance to see how everything influenced everything, right? How there's this triangle, there's A, B, and C. This all connects. And so I think it's really important for individuals who have delusional beliefs, individuals who have a hard time with personal insight, to utilize this model. It's a nice way to get them to look at how one thing causes the next, that causes the next. Because with individuals who have delusions, they have a hard time sometimes figuring out the line of events and figuring out that this influences that, which influences that. You know, they don't see how their thoughts and their behaviors impact the consequences that they have to deal with. And I think that's most people, not just individuals with delusions. So it's essential that this model help them organize their thoughts so that they can have a nice visual to show them what the major issue is in their thinking and in their behaviors. I would suggest the first thing to do to kind of, you know, help track what happened in this activity is to look at what's called the activating event. The activating event is really just a trigger, right? It's a nice clinical term, activating event, that sounds really huge, but it's not. It's actually the trigger. So what's the trigger to the next stage of the model? So an activating event is something that triggers you, that motivates you, something that gets you going, and something that causes you to believe or act. Usually an activating event that causes you to believe something or causes you to behave a certain way is typically an emotional reaction to something. So it could be anger, it could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be someone triggering you, it could be your children getting on your nerves, it could be your husband who's being insensitive, it could be, your mother who's not capable of providing the support that you need, right? That's the activating event, and it triggers the next stage. Okay, so the activating event can be categorized as A. All right, or you can just make it very simple and say trigger. B is known as beliefs, and in other models similar to this is known as behavior. So what you want to list in this column, is a series of beliefs and behaviors that you engaged in because of the activating event or because of the trigger. So a belief or an activating event, a belief or a behavior would be something like the trigger was my mother can't provide the support that I need, and so I'm angry and I'm depressed. B is going to be your behavior or your belief. So your belief is that your mother never loved you and that she can't provide the emotional support you've always needed. The behavior may be you're no longer talking to your mom. You're refusing to engage her in conversation. You're not calling her and you're not visiting her. All right. So the activating event is the trigger and B is the belief or the behavior. So the next part of this model would be the consequence, okay? And you want to look at, what is the behavior or the belief that created the consequence? And the consequence could be your mother disowned you now because you refuse to call her and you feel that she can't provide the emotional support that you need. So you refuse to call her. The consequence is now the simple fact that she doesn't want to talk to you. She's fed up with your behavior. She feels like you're immature and you run away from conversations or arguments. And the other consequence may be a loss in relationship with your mother. So you want to look at the trigger, the behavior, the belief, activating event, or the trigger, the behavior, the belief, or the consequence. And that's the model, A, B, C model. C, consequence, B, behavior or belief, and A, activating event or trigger. So I'm going to put in the description box below the model, and you can, copy that model and try it out for yourself. All right. And then there may be a video coming up where I walk you through the ABC model. I like walking you guys through activities. If that's something that you want me to record for you, or if that's a video that you want me to create, let me know and I'll go ahead and walk you through that ABC model. So thank you so much for being with me in this short video today, guys. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up if it was helpful, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around with us. We're going to get on to the other topics, guys. It's September coming up, so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.